next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 1 loss. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.2 kilograms. Representing Espoon, Kia Hart, and fighting out of Finland, please welcome Abdul Hussein! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 4 wins and no losses. He stands 175 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.2 kilograms. Representing KHK Team Bahrain and fighting out of England and the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain. Give it up for Mohammed the Punisher Makayev.
On this young man, but then Abdul Hussein, he faces a very, very dangerous high-level opponent.
What do you find for a former world amateur champion? Another former world amateur champion. That's what we have right here.
With twice as much professional experience, but Mokayev really is that rare breed. He's just that potentially he's that once-in-a-generation type fighter. And on the
in pretty
leg,
deep.
Connects the hands, may look for a little back trip here. Nice balance being exhibited here by Abdul Hussein.
That's got to be a big moment for Abdul Hussein, but it did not last.
The great and powerful Dean Garnett in the corner of Mokayev there. Fantastic fighter in his own right and an incredible coach.
Mokayev keeping those hips pressed tight, tight, tight to his opponent to prevent any knees when he wants to. He pops back momentarily, drives the knee straight down the center, and sinks those hips again.
And because he has so much experience in wrestling, so much experience in amateur MMA, he exhibits a quiet type of calm that you don't see in a 4-0 professional fighter. A little bit of separation there. Abdul Hussein trying to stay right in front of Mokayev, not give him time to settle, try and land the strikes of his own.
Brave Nation, watch Mokayev's head. It will never stop. That head is always going to be moving in a circle, side to side. Beautiful ankle pick from Abba.
There was a heavy shot to the body from Mokayev there, but Abdul Hussein walked right through it. Now showing very heavy hips right now. We'll just get to see how good the ground and wrestling is. Mokayev trying to trap that arm. Trying to hit that switch kick. Again, great defense being exhibited here by Abdul Hussein.
Those hips are fantastic, as is that guard we just saw come out of nowhere. We've got an armbar. It's not going to end it, but it does show the danger of the ground game of the Punisher. Looking for the back now. Talk about a rare move.
Oh, needs to be wary of getting his back taken here as Abdul Hussein. It looked like momentarily he was going to drop down for a knee bar of his own, but when he dropped down, there was nothing there for him to get his hands onto, so perhaps a little bit of a mistake there by Abdul Hussein.
Halfway mark, Brave Nation. We are halfway through this round.
Mokayev may look to try and rip that leg out from underneath Abba. So far, a very tentative fight from both men. Being contested more so in those little back and forths, those little microaggressions on the ground.
Looking for the broomstick takedown, popularized by Ben Askren. Whoa!
It's a big shot, but what about the wherewithal from Abdul Hussein to attempt to defend the takedown, but just relentless work there from Mokayev.
Exquisite timing from the Punisher. Timing is everything in mixed martial arts. Hit somebody when they're moving away, it doesn't do it. Hit them half as hard as they're moving in, and it does it. That was absolutely exquisite timing.
You have to give credit to Hussein. He did wear that shot well, but right now it's Mokayev in the ascendancy, in the position that he favors so much, that being top. Just isolating the wrist, trying to sneak that hand through for that Dagestani handcuff that frees up that ground and pound. And this is where Mokayev really thrives, in these positions where he can just wear on his opponent, where he can land that ground and pound. Trying to soften up the thighs of Abdul Hussein.
We're seeing terrific defense from Abba, but we're seeing even more terrific offense from the Punisher. Everywhere he goes, he hurts. Those shots to the gluteus hurt.
And again, still has a tight grip of that wrist. Abdul Hussein manages to get it free. Right now, going for bicep control. Trying to keep those hips nice and heavy. Trying not to afford any space with which Abdul Hussein can work for the angle. Needs to be wary of sneaking out the back for something here. Potential
omoplata attempt.
No, right. Mokaev rides it out, still in the dominant position. That arm looks safe, doesn't look to be hyperextended in any way, shape, or form. Shoulder is safe.
It's a shot you rarely see, the behind the leg pop to the head.
Again, I think both men will be happy enough just to settle out the rounds.
Abba's far arm is trapped. There's a chance of that near arm being trapped as well. It would have been some big shots coming in. There may be just one at the end anyway. Great round for Abba, even greater round for the Punisher, Muhammad Mokaev.
Yeah, I think both men. Almost the same cloth, looking light and fresh. Mokaev throwing some nice feints and ducks under beautifully on the takedown. There you go, a big slam coming up from Mokaev.
Boom! Big question, can he keep him down? So far, yes. Looks like the leg may be shelved. Gonna move his head up high, pull it out, throw a shot, put the head back high, use the head to drive his opponent down to his back, where getting up is a lot tougher, and he has accomplished it.
That was a nice little shot landed from Mokaev from the kneeling position. Right now he has those hands clasped.
Abba looking for a switch.
Trying to hit that switch. Can he keep rolling on it? But beautiful work. Nice heavy hips from Mokaev just to land in that side control position. May try and take the back here. Does he look for a hook or does he just pummel in with those knees?
Abba's going to stand and try and use the fence to scrape the opponent off his back. He's going to try and push his opponent off, and he's got the hands broken. If he can get an underhook, he's out. There's the underhook, and he's out. Little bit of reversal of fortunes here.
Nice work from Abdul Hussein, showing his quality, and what a feather in his cap it would be if he were able to take Mokaev down.
Both players are very much in this fight right now.
Abdul Hussein couldn't quite get the elevation, but nice work on the grip from Mokaev, using that to stand right back up. Has that one arm in, looked like a potential judo trip there. Abdul Hussein, as soon as he tries to get him down, but beautiful reversal there from Mokaev, turning what was an offensive or the defensive position on his part into an offensive position. May look to get in on the single here, needs to run the pipe on it.
And down. He's got his opponent down to the mat. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to have to spend a lot of energy trying to keep him there, or is he going to have a chance to start throwing some shots? We're going to find out in about 3 seconds.
Abdul Hussein trying to work for that triangle, lets go of the wrist, but trying to work in for that knee shield, creating a little bit of distance.
Looking for that knee bar again.
He's trying to dive in on it, and as we've said earlier in the broadcast, the problem with a lower limb submission is you have to really commit both arms, hands to it, which it then exposes your face to some nasty, nasty ground and pound. Midway point of the fight here, Carrick, and give us a quick summation of how you feel it's been going.
It's been going the way of the Punisher. Absolutely. Abdul Hussein is doing himself proud. He's giving as well as getting, but the round is not breaking his way sufficiently to turn this into a 10-round. No sooner do I say that than he gets slammed down to the ground, but he's stuck in a guillotine.
Mokaev doesn't look like he's trying to finish this. It took a couple of big, deep breaths there, Kirik.
Mokaev wants to pop onto his left hip. He can't be flat in his back. There, he's done it. He's shifting the hip out, maybe turning it to a front headlock to try to get to standing. That was shut down, however.
And right now, Abdul Hussein is essentially doing a Mokaev to Mokaev, pressing him against the cage, grabbing onto that wrist. Again, good work from Mokaev. Need to be what we know how dangerous Abdul Hussein is at chokes. He does have a rear naked choke, a guillotine, and 2 ninja chokes, but right now trying to sneak out the back.
Beautiful ballet-like response to the counter.
It's the fluidity of the groundwork from each man that is so impressive. May try and grab the arm here, transition into an arm bar, but again, Abdul Hussein sneaks out the back. This is poetry in motion, ladies and gentlemen. It almost looks like a flow roll, it's that clean.
Flow roll, ladies and gentlemen of Brave Nation, for those of you that don't, flow roll is when 2 friends get together and essentially exchange jiu-jitsu techniques, something like a dance.
But that is just how clean the work of both men has been so far tonight, Kirik.
Extremely impressive work from both men. I expected no less. This is a super fight.
Nice little pot shots being landed by Abdul Hussein, showing great hips. May look to try and take the back here with 25 seconds to go.
That's the second time Abdul Hussein has had very impressive use of an ankle pick.
Oh, beautiful trip takedown from Mokaev.
Takedown of this event so far.
But
is he going to come out of it with an arm?
But again, Abdul Hussein finds himself just flowing like water into a dominant position. And landing some strikes. This has been such, aesthetically, if you're a fan of the ground, Kirik. In the Brave Arena, third and final round. Show of respect from both men, and this really has been a wonderful exchange of grappling nuance and grappling quality from both men. Nice inside kick from Mokaev, trying to hit that switch kick. Nice crack to the body from Abdul Hussein, defending the takedown well.
Phil, Hussein looks like he thinks he may be down 2 rounds to none. Looks like he, whoa!
But again, a
there
transition.
It was.
And then Abdul Hussein bounces right back up to his feet. This is gorgeous.
We're going to have to get some physicists in here. There may be a little gravity leak in the Brave Combat Federation cage. These two are moving like they're in outer space.
How do you even begin to score those kind of exchanges, Kirik?
Right now, I'm just standing back in awe.
That is
snatch double, head pops out. Big moment in this fight.
That's a huge, big dump takedown from Abdul Hussein. Mokaev taking a little bit of a breather there. Maybe trying to work for that triangle.
Attempt coming, not too close yet.
Abdul Hussein doing the right thing by keeping the hips of Muhammad Mokaev compressed, and may end up just rolling him to take a back position here. But now Mokaev lands up on top. There should be a little counter in the corner of the TV screen that just pings every time they exchange positions. And now Abdul Hussein's on top. I cannot keep track of how much these men are exchanging positions and just how much I'm enjoying this fight, Kirik Janess.
Brave Nation, this is mixed martial arts. This is an art. What you are watching here is art. It's beautiful.
Muhammad Mokaev just needs to turn in towards, but then Abdul Hussein popping himself back up, trying to defend the onslaught, the takedown of the relentless Muhammad Mokaev. Nice defense being exhibited here by Abdul Hussein, landing little shots, nice split base, but Mokaev does have the hands connected, and Abdul Hussein momentarily looked like he was trying to hit the switch, but working to his feet again. Will it be a case of working to your feet just to be taken down again? Trying to dig in and hit a switch, has the underhook of the leg.
Interesting, Mokaev picking that ankle of his own, turning the tables, using his opponent's own technique against him. Very impressive. And, of course, great work from – this is huge. Something big's happening. Boom!
Oh, may have landed on his head there a little bit. That was a different kind of a thud, but Abdul Hussein chooses not to dig in for the guillotine, as we see so many fighters do in this position. Using the knee shield there to create a little bit of space, and now trying to get a takedown of his own. Mokaev transitions to the back beautifully, has the hooks in. No, he does not. But now Abdul Hussein just needs to turn around in towards Mokaev, and he takes the back potentially.
Phil, what's so beautiful about this fight is nothing is ever 100%. You think something's sunk, and it's not.
Nice knee from Mokaev, one of the more telling shots of the fight so far. And now you could see a takedown from Abdul Hussein, and again, they are intertwined. Like, it looks like two octopus. I'm not even sure if octopus is the plural of the word, but they look like two octopus engaged in jiu-jitsu. Octopi, perhaps? I'm not quite sure. Mohamed Mokaev in the mounted position right now. What can Abdul Hussein do? He's trying to get his hand underneath the armpit and come out the back.
He's got to watch it that arm doesn't get snagged as he goes out. Back take is still in place. We may see a transition to a figure four from the Punisher's legs right now. He's got the ankles crossed. It's not likely to keep going the whole entire time.
Now Abdul Hussein needs to do everything he can to try and turn in to Mohamed Mokaev. Mokaev momentarily looking like he was trying to go for the head arm triangle. Abdul Hussein using everything he can to try and keep a hold of Mokaev, and I'm sure there's a few transitions left. There's a few scrambles left between these gentlemen with just 30 seconds to go. Can Abdul Hussein get out from underneath the clutches of the Punisher Mohamed Mokaev, or can Mokaev finish the round emphatically with some heavy ground and pound?
There's that arm we talked about. There's that arm.
Oh, that looks deep. Abdul Hussein needs to keep skirting the back, but he gets
Denied.
out. And now he's in the side control position, landing shots of his own. What a fight this is. Trying to get in on that Darce choke. He needs to hook a leg. Does he have anything left in his arms?
Round ends.
And gentlemen, what a fight between...
Brave Nation, what an amazing bout. Incredible performance by both athletes. And after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 30-27. And your next 2 judges score the bout 29-28 for unanimous decision victory from KHK Team Bahrain, Mohamed the Punisher Mokaev. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this absolute war. 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 166 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.6 kilograms. Representing Espanca Hate and fighting out of Finland by way of Palestine. Give it up for Abdul Hussein.
Phil, we've got Abba live.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 5 losses. He stands 168 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 60.3 kilograms. Representing KO Fighting Fitness and fighting out of Belita, South Africa. Give it up for Martin the Diamond De Beer. Your referee is Ferdinand Basson.
Phil, I love to see Abba actually clapping for his opponent.
It's a really exciting matchup in the bantamweight division here at Brave Combat Federation 31.
Hand touch and it's on. Dancio Moodley aggressively moving forward.
Nice low leg kick from Abba. Smart distance management so far from Abba, just out of reach. Rolls away from a shot.
Beautiful little shift into a southpaw jab.
Martin DeBeer trying to find a home for that right hand.
Abba does have superior head movement. Very, very hard fighter to hit clean.
Martin DeBeer with the double underhooks. Sorry, over-under position. Just pressing Abba against the cage.
Slick reversal by Abba.
Abba trying to get that leg. He's saying to Martin DeBeer, gimme, gimme, gimme that leg for the takedown. In case you haven't caught on, we are using as many Abba puns as humanly possible during this fight.
Beautiful takedown. Again, we are seeing the superior mixed martial arts techniques of Abba.
Abba just sitting in that half guard anchor position. It's a position we've seen pretty much popularized recently in mixed martial arts. Martin DeBeer managed to get back to his feet, but eats a knee for his trouble. Taking the back now. May take him for a big boom. Beautiful takedown from Abba.
Abba perhaps just a little overeager to strike his opponent. Ended up very briefly in a knee shield, but managed to pass that and is now in a tight side control.
Momentarily switched to reverse scarf, maybe trying to set up.
Got that arm trap,
Arm
Phil.
triangle. Beautiful elbow from Abba.
And the diamond back on his feet again.
Trying to find that ninja choke. That
There it
looks
is
tight.
again.
That's it.
There
He's
it
out.
is again. It's over.
Beautiful work. Second ninja choke in a row.
2 in a row, Phil. What a talent.
Abba Hussein, the winner, standing tall. Absolutely beautiful work. As soon as he got a hold of the neck, he knew exactly what he wanted. Switched it up to the ninja choke. Runs up his 4th submission win in his professional mixed martial arts career, and his 2nd ninja choke in a row. Absolutely beautiful performance from Abdul Hussein.
Phil, we see only a handful of ninja chokes during an entire year. We've just seen 2 from one fighter, back to back. And Phil, those of you in Brave Nation who aren't that familiar with this sport, some people look at a choke and they think it's dangerous. It's not. Getting hit's dangerous, getting choked is not.
Abdul Hussein runs his professional record to 7 wins with only 1 solitary loss, with 3 wins inside the Brave Arena. Beautiful performance.
Abba just went over to say thanks to Muhammad Shahid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another explosive finish in the Brave 31 South Africa cage. This one comes to an end at 2 minutes, 10 seconds of the first round. Your winner by guillotine, Abdul Hussein. This next classic bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.1 kilograms. Representing Espoon Kihahate, Finland, by way of Palestine. Give it up for Abdul Hussein. And his opponent, fighting out of the ring corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.4 kilograms. Representing Team Lakay and fighting out of Baguio City, the Philippines. Give it up for Happy Feet, John Chris Corton. Your referee is Thomas Bronde.
Phil, Team Lakay fighters tend to start by exchanging with their opponent a little bit. Take a couple of shots, see what they've got. Abdul Hussein tends to start by throwing the kitchen sink at his opponent and seeing what he can break. I'm expecting a very quick start to this fight.
I spoke with Abdul Hussein earlier in the week, and he said that he is going to show a
Round 1 starts.
vastly more developed mixed martial arts game. Again, light on the feet. Big opening kick there from Corton.
Stalking. Nice switch. Ends up on, looks like bottom.
Straight away, we see John Chris Corton with that dominant wrestling. Following the hips well.
Triangle attempt underway.
He's already underhooked the leg.
The head is controlled.
Just need to see how methodical. And at this stage, where both fighters are dry, it just locks them together even more so.
The key here is going to be controlling that head. If Abba can control that head, he may be able to complete this triangle.
I'd like to see him create a little bit more of an angle.
Needs to get the foot all the way under the knee. It's just inches from being locked under that knee now.
Slowly creeping it. Has he got it on enough?
He'll need to turn those hips a little more. And the Filipino fighter is out!
Great patience there from John Chris Corton. Just bided his time. Lesser fighters would have freaked out a little bit, perhaps made a mistake, even throwing himself deeper into the triangle, but he just bided his time, waiting for the hips and the legs of Abdul Hussein to open in transition and the side control with the pass. Don't worry here.
Submission from top side control.
Great work from Abdul Hussein.
Abdul
Hussein had the takedown of his own. What a frenetic start to this fight, Kerry. High amplitude head throw.
You don't know wushu.
Nice ball, nice. Base, good base. Nice. Elbow.
Work from John Chris Corton here.
Air Philippines now leaving from the Brave cage.
Just forcing Abdul Hussein. Abdul Hussein doesn't like uses the cage to stand up. He needs to be wary of being thrown again. You see momentarily Corton just shift the hips as if to fake the throw. Abdul Hussein does the right thing.
Very, very impressed with Happy Feet that he could actually throw a strong shot with his back up against a cage.
Oh! Flashing shots to the midsection from Corton.
Wow, I rarely see that. Stuck inside a plum, Happy Feet decided to go work the body. Oh, ninja choke! Ninja choke is in!
Oh, that looks tight.
This is the second submission attempt of the evening.
Corton could go out here if he's not careful. Mounted ninja choke, he made it for
tight.
Is it inevitable?
It's tight!
That looks so tight.
This submission is in tighter.
How is John Chris Corton still in? Oh, here comes the tap.
And it's over!
It is all over. Fight-ending ninja choke from Abdul Hussein, who now racks his professional record up to 6-1 with 3 submission victories.
Abba wins via ninja choke!
incredibly explosive fight yet again. This one comes to an end at 3 minutes and 14 seconds of the very first round. Your winner, submission by guillotine choke, Abdul Hussein! Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel the thunder? We're ready for our main card, making history at Brave 19 South Africa. Introducing your first warrior for 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.1 kilograms, representing Ultimate MMA Fitness in South Africa, and fighting out of Zimbabwe. Give it up for Sylvester, the Gladiator, Chip Fumbo. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.1 kilograms. Representing Espoonki height and fighting out of Finland. Give it up for Abdul Hussein. Your referee is Helmi Landolsi.
Huge thanks to our broadcast partner, Vodacom. The sport is made possible by generous sponsorship. That's what Vodacom represents for us. They have our eternal thanks.
Exchanging leg kicks in the early stanzas here. Abba taking the center of the cage. Really chopping in that leg kick with clean technique.
I'm finding the speed of these fighters incredible.
Well, that's what I love about the flyweight division, Carrick. It's constant, relentless speed, accuracy. These guys are like Energizer bunnies. Good knees to the thighs in the clinch from Abba.
Why do you think Abba took it up against the cage? Do you think for any reason he didn't feel comfortable striking?
I don't think it's a case of he didn't feel comfortable striking. I think it's a case of he doesn't necessarily want to engage in that kind of a brawl. Maybe wants to close the distance, wear on his opponent, force your opponent to defend in this situation, make his arms fill up with blood and lactic acid so that when they do engage, he doesn't have those pop in his arms.
I would have to say, if that's the goal, he may well be achieving it right here, because this fighting up against the cage is among the single most grueling aspects of this game.
Good head positioning from Chimfumbu there, just getting his head underneath the chin of his opponent, because where the head goes, the body follows, Carrick.
Some people call this giraffe fighting. It is a central part of fighting up against the wall. Brave Nation, they're each using their head to try and get on the inside. If your head's on the inside, like you see Chimfumbu achieving right now, he does have the advantage, even with his back up against the cage, as you see from those 2 knee strikes.
Abba was perhaps just trying to time that knee and get on in a takedown. May switch to a high crotch, lets it go. See how he tried to just grab that underhook there as Chimfumbu threw the knee?
You called that exactly right, Phil, and that does take some courage to wait for a strike to come in and then try and snag it out of midair. Does show a high level of skill that we alluded to earlier.
Could see a trip takedown attempt here. Just absolute, it's a war of attrition, this style of a fight. As we said so often, it doesn't look like a lot's going on, but it's relentless.
This stage of the game is not as exciting ordinarily as is a knockout, but it is highly technical and requires an extraordinary amount of conditioning.
I like what Abdul's doing there. If there's a tiny little bit of space, you can see him working for a strike, maybe a short elbow or a short pot shot. Just never letting Chimfumbu get comfortable.
There it was, but there it is, an answer.
See, let's get to the stage now. This type of a fight is draining on both men.
Ooh.
There's the
And
break.
we've got a little separation.
think what we could see, this could be the game plan. He maybe looking long term. Force your opponent to carry your weight and perhaps open up with strikes a little bit more in the second round. But again, I'm just theorizing. Beautiful level change. The elbow into a level change, but Chimfumbo is wise to it. He's getting caught with a few strikes now. Eating a lot of shots to the body though is Abba. That may tell as the fight progresses.
Just exactly as you said, this is becoming a game of distance management. Chimfumbo clearly wants to keep his opponent at distance, land that stiff jab, land that big right, try and drop him with an overhand right, but right now he's not having a lot of luck with it, and as you alluded to, he is eating little elbows on the inside, and they're not that little.
His feet are a little bit square here. The knees are too close together. He needs to widen that base should Abba go in for that double leg takedown. Oh, thought about the trip.
I'd like to see Chimfumbo circle off of that cage so his back isn't up against the cage. He's got nowhere to back up when his opponent rushes in.
Great point, Kirk. Oh. Fake low and went high with a head kick, just shy. There's the shot.
Back to the little war of attrition against the brave cage.
Both men trying to establish their underhooks here. We're in that over-under position that we see a lot of fighters trading back and forth. Nice little pot shots there by Chimfumbo.
We can feel Abba starting to pull ahead to a very, very solid 10-9 in this round thus far.
So it's really been a story about his positional control.
Although Chimfumbo is very ably stopping himself from being taken down, he wants to create some room, separate off the fence, and start getting back to what he does best, which is throw bombs from the outside.
But in the eyes of the judges, he's constantly defending. May see a big strike to finish from Abba. Nice head movement, just evading the strikes.
First round is at an end. Abba comes back to his corner. May have caught a shot that I missed. Looking to see if that nose is bleeding a little bit. I think it's fairly apparent that Chimfumbo is now down 10-9. He's going to have to turn it up in the second round, and not just in terms of the volume of his attack. He needs to change his strategy. He's got to get off of that cage wall, get those feet underneath him, get him moving, and try and throw some shots at distance.
He's going to have to implement intelligent footwork in a situation like that. He has to be acutely aware that Abba is going to try and cut off the angles of the cage and press him up against it. So as we said earlier in the round, he needs to circle off. He needs to perhaps have a knee ready or an uppercut ready, even just to fake it, to show Abba that it's there.
Round two. There's the shots. Chimfumbo cannot back up and let that cage be close to his back.
Here we see Abba opening up with the strikes a little bit
there's
more.
The shots he knows about, and there's the strategy that Abba had promised.
Chimfumbo doing the right thing by not putting his back against the cage, trying to circle off, but what strength from Abba just to push him against the cage and still that grinding game plan.
Abba is currently fulfilling his military service in his new home of Finland, but they've given him 8 weeks off to prepare for this fight.
Oh, that's great head movement. Changed levels beautifully. Could quite be in on a double here. He has the hands linked just underneath the backside.
Nice defense from Chimfumbo.
Just popped the hips forward. Right in front of us here in our broadcast position.
I'm glad the brave cage is world class. Looks like these fighters could come flying through it and on top of us.
Nice little pot shots being landed by Abba, just constantly working.
Terrific technique shown by both sides. Nobody has an overwhelming advantage here, but we are seeing a round very, very similar to the first, which I do believe will end up 10-9 for Abba. Referee speaking to the fighters. I think they're busy enough to keep them happy. I don't think we're going to see an immediate separation. Beautiful striking at angles from Abba.
I love a bit of dirty boxing. Just collar tie up, landing the strikes. Oh, it was a clean shot landed.
Clean shot from Sylvester.
Oh, good takedown defense.
Nasty shot. Oh, there's another one.
He's forcing Abdul into blind takedowns right now.
This is the game he wanted.
Good fakes and level changes by the Gladiator. Chimfumbo really needs to circle off. He can't keep his back against that cage. He can't play into the game of Abdul right now.
I think it's apparent now. We know who's going to win on the outside. We know who's going to win on the inside. That's what's going to tell the remainder of this fight.
A real clash of mixed martial arts ideologies, of mixed martial arts game plans right now.
What we're watching here is one of perhaps the central skill in mixed martial arts, and that is distance management. If you can keep the distance you want, you can probably win this fight.
Chimfumbo perhaps standing just a little bit square. And from our broadcast position, we can really hear the thud of those knees, Kirk.
On the TV screen, those look like dinky shots, but when you're here and you can hear the force of those landing, they are heavy. Referee is having a word with Chimfumbo. I think he's going to encourage him to be a little bit more aggressive, not simply allow himself to be pinned up against the fence. And they are, exchanging blows.
But right back in with the takedown is Abdul Hussein.
Let's see if our referee has fired Sylvester up a little bit. Made him not content to stay where he is.
Oh, good knee to finish there.
This is, Brave Nation, this is the heart of mixed martial arts. This is what's called the grind. This is the heart of MMA. Two fighters are grinding on each other. May the best man win. Oh, nasty uppercut on the inside.
Oh, short elbow to follow up. Changes levels and on a double, has the hands connected, but great defense.
Denied.
Hey, back elbow from Hussein, beautiful.
Excellent hand fighting from Sylvester.
What I love that Ab is doing is as soon as there's a little bit of a break, he just charges forward again like a super trooper. Nice leg kick. Great cage awareness by Abdul Hussein. Just slowly, methodically stalking his opponent, lands his strikes to set up takedowns. Initiates the clinch again.
Back to very familiar territory. Looks like we may have short time now. Does not appear at face value like this is going to be Abba's Waterloo.
Perhaps in a situation like this, something we rarely see is foot stomps. Incredibly effective. There's so many little bones in your foot that if you use your heel to stamp, you're going to incapacitate your opponent.
Seconds away now. Round ending very much as it did for 85% of the time, and that's it. I think there's no question whatsoever that we're looking at Abba ahead. 20 rounds to 18 so far. If that's true, that means Sylvester has to stop his opponent in this round. It's on round 3. That's what we need to see, those big shots. Sylvester fired up.
Oh, nice
Fired up
hook.
hard.
Oh, he caught him.
He rocked him.
He caught him hard there, but just as he landed the strike, Abba initiates the clinch. Chimfumbo doing the right thing right now by keeping his back off the cage. But he's winning. For me, he was winning that stand-up exchange. I'd like to see him disengage.
Reverse now, if he disengages, it's going to be very, very hard to return to striking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when he had his opponent back, could have pummeled in, made some space, returned to what he does best. There is no question in my mind who's the better striker in this fight. To be the better striker, though, you have to manage distance.
Again, but just with that methodical pressure, it's consistent and persistent the whole time. We really need to Chimfumbo needs to throw a Hail Mary here. Do everything in his power to disengage. There we go.
There it is. I think he was listening to you, Phil. We're back to the grind. Each fighter fighting to get their head on the inside. Little level change. In all likelihood, that level change will be denied. Chimfumbo has shown he's excellent at defending, but it takes more than that to win in the Brave cage.
He quite simply has to do something offensive right now. He's done very well to defend the takedown, but he's not scoring points in the eyes of the judges.
To the contrary, he's actually slowly losing this round. There may have been a low blow. We're going to stop. Under the unified rules of mixed martial arts, the injured fighter can now take up to 5 minutes to recover. Fighters characteristically don't. I actually wish they would take longer than they normally do.
This is potentially a lifeline for Chimfumbu. Yes, he was hit with the errant groin strike, but as you say, he has potentially the 5 minutes. And the fight now starts from standing, disengaged.
Where he wants it, and this may give him a moment to collect his thinking again and start this round the way he did in the very beginning of round 3, which is doing exactly what he wanted. We are just about to find out. There we go.
But again, we see that clinch from Abdul Hussein. Thought about the hip drill.
Nice. This is the game he needs.
Nice straight shot from Hussein.
I love the way Hussein doesn't load up on his shots. Instead, uses those relatively light shots as part of his overall strategy, which is to shut his opponent down and land a high enough volume of shots to win in the judges' eyes, and he absolutely is doing that.
Chimfumbu has to be frustrated at this stage. He's bound to know. He's bound to know he's down in the fight. But oh, nice strike on a slight break there from Hussein.
I don't want to put this one on Sylvester Chimfumbu, though. I want to put all of this on Abba. He is doing exactly what he said he would do in this fight, and I'm impressed. Everybody makes predictions in this sport, but very, very rarely are they fulfilled as perfectly as you're seeing here.
Chimfumbu now trades positions with Abba and forces him against the cage. I'd like to see him perhaps break. But then great ringmanship from both men. Chimfumbu digs in for that underhook right away. Tries to establish the double unders. Good wrist control from Abba.
Back to the grind on the Brave cage. And looking for that single. It's once again defended very, very ably. I'm going to take these seconds to offer a shout out, a thanks to Abu Dhabi Sports, again, one of our great sponsors that makes this entire event possible.
Again, what I like about Abba is he hasn't necessarily scored a clean takedown, but he switches very well between the double and the single, constantly keeping his opponent guessing.
Sylvester was looking for that figure 4 in the arm. There's a lot of nasty things you can do with it, but once again, Abba managed to extricate himself right back to where he wants to be, where he predicted he would be in this fight. Nasty elbow, downward elbow attempted by Sylvester. It was thwarted by the impeccable distance management we see from Abba. Nice little short right from Sylvester.
Chimfumbu is going to have a very sore thigh in the morning.
Referee wants to see just a little bit more action. We are down to short time. 10 seconds to go.
Just really follow the game plan. Abba followed the game plan incredibly well.
I have very rarely in my career talked to a fighter who told me what he was going to do and seen him do it this perfectly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give both these warriors a big round of applause. Incredible heart shown by both men. After 3 rounds in the Brave cage, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score the way the same exact way for a unanimous decision victory for Abdul Abba Hussein. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Brave Combat Federation second fight of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Let's meet our first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins and no losses. He stands 166 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.7 kilograms. Fighting out of Espoo, Finland, give it up for Abdul Hussein. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 174 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.7 kilograms. Representing Kingdom Fighters from Amman, Jordan, put your hands together for the Honey Badger, Naraz Abzal. Your referee is Ferdinand Bassoon.
Ferdy Bassan will be your referee, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as the bantamweights throw down. Naraz Abzal, an incredible ovation, taking on Abdul King Hussein. And round 1 is underway in the white and the black as Abzal in the all black. Abdul Hussein. Of course, Naraz Abzal coming off of that loss to Felipe Efrain, who you will see a little bit later this evening, one of the most talented fighters on our roster. So definitely nothing to hang your head on, Kurt.
Naraz is showing really incredible technique right now. It may not look like much on a TV screen, but he's distance managing at a really high level. He hasn't been touched once.
Oh, but he did a little bit of touching right there. The beautiful left hook as he connects with the undefeated Abdul Hussein.
It's very, very hard to maintain defense without some offense of your own. I think we'll see Abba start to turn it on. Try and bring some balance to the fight.
And here we go again. Abzal already doing some pretty significant damage. You can take a look at the right eye of Abdul Hussein, and it's already showing damage. That's how hard the Jordanian fighter's hitting. It's almost immediately closed up his right eye, which makes me wonder if maybe he caught a thumb.
He may have caught a thumb. He may have caught the Honey Badger's fist in his eye, too.
That's very, very possible. Oh, and it looks like we have a guillotine. And he's squeezing on it. It's a bad spot
It's
for
close.
Hussein.
It's close. He's out.
And he's out. He's done. Oh, my goodness. The Honey Badger.
God.
The Honey Badger does it. The Jordanian fans are going bananas. From the Honey Badger. Let's take a look at the replay. And there it is. That's that big shot to the eye that got it started here.
And followed up with a knee to the solar plex. Took the body away, and that body may have never come back. Abba's defense was beautiful, but defense alone can't win a fight.
There he is, grabbing a hold of that guillotine.
That's the Marcellitine, developed by world champion Marcelo Garcia.
Tight, 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 tight. In a bad way was Abdul Hussein, and just like that, an undefeated streak can be snapped. Let's take a look from another angle how it all went down.
The Marcellitine is a very, very difficult submission to get out of.
Oh, it just looks absolutely excruciating.
Abba's fading to black, but he's still trying to get out, and he's been out for 2 seconds here, 3, and it's over.
An absolutely incredible performance. Let's send it up to Carlos Kramer with the official decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what an explosive bout that was. We have the end coming at 1 minute and 43 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by front guillotine out of the red corner from Amman, Jordan, Naraz the Honey